بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن.
Yes,
It's broadcasting now. Yeah, I did it.
All right, so where are the participants? Let's see.
Yeah, I can see 11, 12 participants now.
I don't see the names of the participants. Why don't I see the names?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because I'm on
Good
attendees.
attendees. Yeah.
So where can I find Dr. Javed? I think he is, I don't know how Gretchen set this up. So where is Dr. Javed in this list? All right, I don't see him. So when you logged in as me, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
Wonderful to see you. We're just trying to figure this out, so bear with us, please. So maybe I can send him my password and he can join in then?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Muhammad Hadi Javed. Are you Dr. Javed by any chance?
No.
No, I unmuted that person. Now I can't find them. All right, this is the first time I'm trying this as a broadcast, guys. We usually do it as a meeting. Oh, I see him.
Oh, great.
Is that talking? No. Talking permitted.
Hello.
Oh.
Yes.
It's M. Hadi Javed. Can you find M. Hadi Javed?
Yeah.
Naila, can you find?
I am saying I can't. It's MD. Yes, on top.
On top?
Who's that? Muhammad Hadi Javed. Is that the person?
Yes.
Oh,
okay. Wonderful. Do you mind turning on your video, Dr. Javed?
My video is off, I think. I think you have to allow me.
Okay. Naila, you'll have to figure that out, please.
Okay, let me do that.
Thank you. Dr. Saab, this is the first time I'm doing it as a webinar without my VA who handles this, so bear with me, please.
So he'll be joining as a panelist now, so I guess then he can.
All right, so can we turn on my video is on, right? So
yeah.
Dr. Saab's video is still not on.
Yeah,
oh, there you are. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Finally did it. Wonderful. Thank you so much, first of all. I know you're so busy. I was actually watching your live broadcast last night till 3:20 a.m. I think is when it ended. So I really enjoyed that as well. I'm going to take some of the notes that we're going to talk about today. I'm going to take some of it from last night. So I had hoped that we would be able to chat privately before we started broadcasting, but I guess that's not going to happen because we have all our attendees listening. Most of my audience, as I mentioned to you, Dr. Saab, is they're from the US, from North America, from Europe, from Australia. We run a energy healing telesummit. So our listeners are very familiar with the concept of energy healing. But I trust that this recording is going to be shared with thousands of people that may or may not be familiar with the concept of energy healing. So I'll go over that briefly. But everybody's very excited because it was so interesting when I was listening to your life story that you had really been searching for a healing modality as a doctor that would have that ultimate remedy that could help everyone. And I myself, as a host of this summit, mashallah, it's been going on since 2012. Every day we have something going on, and every week I have 2 or 3 healers on my show that talk about what they do and offer their services. But one of the things that I had really been searching for in the last few years was, why can't there be a healing which doesn't involve anybody else. Where if healing, all healing comes from God, why can't we just go straight to God and get healed? Why do we need somebody else? Not that, there are amazing healers out there, they do amazing work, but when I listened to you, I said, okay, finally. And it's not that it was the first time that I heard about Surah Rahman. It was, as I mentioned to you, I met Zeba Appa almost 14 years ago. She was my first introduction to spirituality, but I had kind of drifted away from it. So Alhamdulillah, today we're doing this call. And you can see Dr. Javed, but officially I'm gonna introduce him in just a couple of minutes. And guys, bear with me because as you guys know, I'm very used to doing audio interviews. Video is not my forte, so just bear with me. So a brief introduction of myself is, I'm Iram Saeed, host and founder of From Heartache to Joy Energy Telesummit, Energy Healing Telesummit, which has been going on since 2012, and with the grace of God, one of the biggest energy healing telesummits in the world. What is energy healing? For the FHTJ audience, we don't need to say anything because that would be teaching to the choir, preaching to the choir. They already know, most of them are energy healers themselves. But for the sake of people that might hear this interview later that may not be that familiar, couple of things I want to say here today. As you guys can tell, Dr. Javed is in Pakistan. He's a Pakistani, he's a Muslim. I am a Muslim, just moved back to Pakistan after 26 years in America. And so some of the things, some of the terminology, some of the languaging that we're going to use today is going to sound Islamic because it is. But please know that this is not about preaching religion. This is not about preaching any kind of dogma. Because of our natural tendency towards language, we will use terminology and we will refer to things that will be pointing towards Islam and Quran. But this is for everyone. This is healing for everyone of any religion or no religion. And so please know that. So I want to make that disclaimer beforehand. Energy healing. So I'm going to refer to a verse from the Quran, which I love. So everything that I'm going to refer from the Quran, you'll find that it is going to be actually very factual, common sense, and based in science. So Allah says in the Quran, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. God is the light between heavens and earth. What is light? It is energy. We know that. And we all know that there is nothing that exists outside of energy. At its most core and basic form, atom at its most basic form is energy. And as a matter of fact, quantum physics has now proven that the matter that we see in this universe is actually an illusion. There is really almost very, very little matter. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think if you took all the matter of this universe, it can fit like in half a teaspoon or something. So what is the rest? The rest is an illusion. It's an empty space. And the empty space is filled with energy that is intelligent and it is aware, a self-aware universe. So that's the basis. Now, if everything is energy, then the medicines we take, what is the difference between, let's say, Tylenol and ibuprofen? It's at its core, it's the atomic structure. What is that? That's the frequency. Again, energy. It's the energy of the medicine that is different. So we are already using energy healing, whether we realize it or not. We're just kind of disillusioned by the fact that it looks like matter. So frequency healing, energy healing, sound healing, light healing, all of this is already being used in science and medical practices. We know about sonogram, we know about laser treatments, we know about all of that. Human capability of accessing and directing energy is also now proven. So we don't need to go into that in too much detail either, but I'm gonna just refer to a couple of things for the benefit of those people that may not be that aware or may not have studied some of the sciences. One person that I would really recommend researching is the research work of the Japanese late Dr. Masaru Emoto. So E-M-O-T-O, you can Google this. He died in 2014 and he was known for his experiments on water. The effects that written word and then spoken word, and then finally even emotions that were directed on water, plain water, happens to change the molecular structure of water. So when you spoke or when you exposed the water to words that had negative energy or negative emotions, such as hate, anger, those kinds of things, the water structure changed and was actually toxic if consumed by humans. Similarly, when words like love, compassion were used, the water structure changed, became very beautiful, became harmonized, and was actually healing for the humans if consumed. Now, this is very interesting because, as we know, 75% of human body is water. And therefore, this is one of the, I think, most profound experiments, very simple to understand, because if you go into quantum physics, which proves the ability of energy to heal without a doubt, the problem is quantum mechanics is hard to understand. Most quantum physicists don't understand it completely themselves. But these kinds of experiments could be understood even by a layperson. So, and for today's example, this is going to be pertinent because in this healing modality, we do make use of water as well. The next thing I want to talk about, and then after that, Dr. Saab, it's going to be your turn to talk. We're going to also mention, so the healing modality that Dr. Javed is going to talk about is going to involve a chapter from the Quran. Chapters are called surahs, and it involves a surah called Rahman, R-A-H-M-A-N. It can also be spelled as R-E-H-M-A-N. It is one of the 99 names of God. Allah is God's personal name in Islam. So Allah encompasses the 99 names plus all other known and unknown names of God. So that's his personal name. It's not in the 99 names, but it encompasses them. Rahman is one of those 99 names, and it is a name and it is an attribute. And I found something very interesting that I wanted to share with you guys. So the name of the surah is Rahman, and it is the attribute of God as well. Arabic language is a very deep, vast, and beautiful language. To understand it, you really need to be a scholar. Just one word can take 30 minutes to explain. And I think such a word is Rahman, but I'm going to take only 2 minutes. One of the things I'd like to point out is that Rahman in in Arabic grammar is called Sigha Mubaligha, which basically means something that is excessive and unusual. So Rahman in its literal meaning, if loosely translated in English, means the most merciful. But because it's Sigha Mubaligha, it means that it is so excessive that you cannot go beyond the description. So it's almost like so merciful that mercy is not possible beyond this mercy. In other words, infinitely merciful. You cannot imagine the mercy. That's basically what it means, excessive and unusual. The second thing that is very unusual is that it comes from the word raham. And you will see that maybe even in today's talk, I know Dr. Javed loves to say this, that ask for Allah Ta'ala's raham, ask for God's raham. Raham means mercy. Now, it's confusing for people that speak English that why mercy? Mercy is typically for people who have done something wrong. What if I haven't done anything wrong? I mean, I know there are people that still believe that. And that's right. Why mercy if you haven't done anything wrong? Well, mercy, that's why it's incomplete, because raham is actually just blessings and mercy, whether you've done anything right or wrong or not. And raham, it comes from the word raham, which again, a very deep word. It basically is the state of a woman's stomach when she's with child, when she's carrying a baby, which just brings tears to my eyes, because when a mother is carrying a baby, imagine the baby does not know of the mother, is not aware of the mother, but the mother is fully aware of the baby. She already has all of the motherly love, all the nurturing, all of that. Her heart is already filled with that. Her body has already started producing the hormones, which basically make her forget about the rest of the world, and her only focus is on her baby. She does everything to protect her baby. She treats the baby with delicacy and care, extreme care. That is the quality that God is attributing to himself, because in the Quran, God says, I love my creation more than 70 mothers. So again, an excessive quality of love that, if, arguably we can say the possible love that one human being can have for another cannot be compared to a mother's love for her baby. And God is saying, I love you even more than that. And then the final thing I want to point out is that Rahman is an active verb, which means it is happening now, right now, immediately. So when you call out to Rahman, you are asking for the excessive, extreme mercy beyond the love of a mother. And it is happening right now. It is happening immediately from a being that is intimately aware of our hardships, of our sorrows, of whatever we're going through, more aware than ourselves. So with that, I want to invite Dr. Javed finally to speak with us. As I said, I came across his video about 10 days ago. And since then, I spent every day looking for a contact number so I could talk to him and invite him on the show. And I finally found it, and he very graciously agreed immediately, because this is his life mission. I've shared his story in the emails, but now I want to invite Dr. Javed to actually share his personal story of healing himself. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello to everyone from wherever you are watching me, whichever nationality, ethnicity, gender, or religion you belong to. Love to all of you. My life story, very much personal, but it is now open to all, for everyone, because I became a doctor certified physician in 1991-92 from Islamic Medical College. And then I started my internship at Services Hospital, Lahore in medicine and surgery. And during that period, my senior professor, my mentor, one of my mentors, Professor Ishfaq Ahmed Khan, he passed away later on, one of the leading cardiologists and physician from America trained. He put me in cardiac care unit in that ward right from my internship days, and it was a big responsibility. As a junior most doctor, you do have a cover of the senior and then on-call person, like all other hospitals. But being the first to interact with the patient, and next day you have to present that case to the professor. So like any other junior doctor, I was so much tensed and careful that due to my mistake or lack of knowledge, no patient should have been harmed, or while treating him, if I cannot alleviate or decrease his or her mercy, at least by my procedure or my medicine, I should not increase his pain or mercy. These are my concerns for my job. And that was the main concern. I was not ready to be a doctor. I was always refusing my mom that I don't want to be a doctor, because I have seen my father dying in the hospital because of a minor mistake of treating teen. But it was a big mistake. The two patients were on the adjacent beds and with the same names. And one X-ray or chest X-ray or a pangiogram of my father was exchanged with the other patient. And nobody noticed that. And they started him on anti-tuberculosis drugs. My father kept on insisting that, no, this is not tuberculosis, this is not my problem. But nobody listened, and everybody treated that chest X-ray that makes one. And due to those drugs, one injection they were giving him in the muscles every day, streptomycin, he lost his kidneys. He got a sugar patient. So as a doctor's, very much possibility was there that a sugar patient, diabetes patient can develop tuberculosis, especially in Pakistan anytime. But it was already his mild damaged kidneys, and he was complaining of breathlessness on walking and little bit swelling on feet. And this was his first complaint. He went into the hospital. Anyways, that was sad, because in those days there was no hemodialysis, and only peritoneal dialysis or kidney washing through the stomach was the only option doctors had. And days, I was hardly 14 years. I was the eldest son of one of the 5 brothers. I am the eldest, and my sister was the only one who was elder to me 1 year. So my mother got widowed at the age of 35, and I was an orphan at the age of 14. And my father, who was a professor of English at Government College Lahore in those days, that was his last year before retirement, but he died at the age of almost 60. So he said to me, keep one thing in your mind always: Allah never do wrong, and Allah is always merciful, and always trust him. So these were his last words or last advice to me. And being a young chap, and I was just helpless. And just within 3 days, in coma, he left us. So one thing was in my mind, that big loss due to a minor mistake. They apologized from us, they admitted it, but what else you can do? So that was in my mind, and then I did anyways, due to insistence of my mom, I completed my graduation in medicine, and my professor put me in the intensive care or coronary care unit, which was more responsibility. And after finishing my internship, I was again given a job in a hospital very next to me, although I was secretly preparing for superior services exam, that I will leave the medicine and will go to the administration side. And so at least nobody is harmed by me, or so anyways, but God was having some other plans, or Mother Nature was having some other plans for me. And my own mother was also on the same track. So she kept on insisting, no, you are the eldest one, and in those hard days, now it is your turn to serve the family, and this is the best for you. So my first job was started very near my home, hardly 1 kilometer away, at the Falk Hospital, a private setup. And in Department of Medicine, it was having a 10-bedded coronary and intensive care unit, which was later on expanded to 15-bedded. So within 2 months, my senior consultant or head of the department, he also put me into the intensive care, that Dr. Saab, your attitude is for the intensive care and you have to perform it. And I was totally unaware of the ventilators and all those gadgetry. And on top of it, I was afraid that I might harm someone, and was not interested in this big responsibility as well. But nature kept on pushing me there. So now when I was doing my duty, I kept on praying to the Almighty Lord, whosoever he was there. I was a young chap. Being a Muslim, I do have a belief as per my parents, but it is a self-practical. Till you are not passing through self-practical, there is no spirituality, and there are no deeper meanings for you till you are going through the practical. So he was, the Mother Nature or the Lord was putting me under a rigorous experiment, which was slowly, he was tightening the noose around my neck. And I was feeling pain of sometimes the young girls dying, or young boys dying, or young moms dying in ICU, because ICU or intensive care is a place in the hospital where every serious patient will finally pushed in. And it is now your responsibility. So mortality is already high. Chances of death is already high there, because all the patients are coming sick, and terribly sick. And the intensive care doctor is like an all-rounder in the cricket team. He has to be perform a jack of all trades. And it is at the same time a very glorified kind of post, or you can say there is a lot of glamour in it, the intensive care specialist, because even heart surgeon, neurosurgeon, they all have very, you can say, different kind of
Right.
personalities, because they are heart surgeons or neurosurgeons. But even those super specialty people are at the end of the day dependent on the intensivist or the intensive care specialist. And they are begging, please, please do something. So they are finally looking at him. Very within maybe next 5 years, I developed a repute in the hospital that even my seniors of all the specialties, they always prefer to consult me or inquire about me or send their patients to me or under my care. So I was a trustable doctor, not it is just, I'm not doing self-praising, I'm just giving you my repute in the hospital. And my colleagues, my staff nurses working with me or the other medics, they usually, though they praise me, that at least angel of death is not coming in your duty. But doctor, at the same time, your duty is always so hectic, you are heavy-footed, and throughout the night, because in those days, the night duty was 12 hours duty. So we started from 8 o'clock and we have to finish it at 8 a.m. So they always say, in your duty, nobody can take a 1 minute rest. Neither you sit, and nor you allow anyone else to sit. So my theory was, it was my untold secret. My theory was, I have noticed that in the hospital, and the horrible experience of my father's death was also behind my thought process. So my theory for me and my juniors, I always train them with these words, that in the hospital, if the doctor goes for rest, whole of the hospital, including the cleaner and even the security guards, they will go to rest. If the doctor go to sleep, they all will sleep. If the doctor kept on working or he is awake, nobody will go for sleep. So intensive care is a place where you cannot take this risk. There are no strict orders to be carried on for next 24 hours. It is time to time changing situation, and you have to change the order, and you have to change the strategies. So it is definitely intensive care. I usually define it to the youngsters and the newcomers, that you tell me what is the definition of intensive care and why you want to do the intensive care, why you want to take it as a super specialty. And they always, majority of them says, oh, it is most pain, or it is my passion. So in initial days, I observe them and tell each and every one. Sometimes I say sorry to certain people that you don't have attitude for intensive care. It is name of an intensivist. Intensivist is a name of an attitude. So if you don't have this attitude, don't go for it. Don't go for money or fame or anything else. It needs a continuous, dedicated, devoted, sitting on, I can say, or standing on one leg. So
it's a calling. It's like a calling, right?
Yeah, it's an attitude. So it might be a junior most doctor is by nature an intensivist, and might be a professor is not an intensivist, although he is having 3 or 4 big degrees or titles with his name. But it is extreme care of your patient and continuous re-evaluation and sharp thinking and self-assessment at the same time of your decisions. So there is no rest in it. Anyways,
something really interesting happened. Yes, in the beginning.
Yes. Now after maybe it was about 7 years, 7 or 8 years of my practical life, and one prayer or self-talking, the atheist people, if they are listening to me, or Scientologists, or any non-believers, even if they are listening, I can say it was my self-talking. At least I believe in myself, or you believe in yourself. So I was always praying to myself or praying to Lord as a Muslim, especially when I go home and before sleeping. I recall my patients who are serious on ventilators or about to be a collapse, or I was thinking they are really sick and they may die anytime. So usually I pray for them in my heart, and I speaks to God in my heart that you are the creator. And how come you did not give us the solution for our problems, which we ignorance deliberately or accidentally uh, create for our own selves, those problems or accidents or any mishaps. So if you have given any kind of that solution or antivirus, like in software, in computers or anything else, whenever I started working the computer, and I always say this manufacturer, they made this computer, but at the same time, this software, they sent the antivirus alongside it, and they are keeping on updating it. So
Yes.
where is my creator? And why he is not helping this young lady, the mother of 3 kids, and she is dying during the delivery. She got complications like this. So this was my usual prayer to Lord, that if you have sent already cure, please tell me. This was like a kid in my heart. And this prayer was right from even my father's days. But now it was more since I became doctor, that if you have sent any cure, please tell me. Please let me know. I will share it with all free of cost. Like I'm talking to him or enticing him or fleecing him or maybe trying to trick him. So no answers were there. And, many patients, they die due to their disease or whatever the consequences are. And my knowledge in my whatever data from all over the world I was gathering from for that one particular disease or one particular situation, it was making me a more logical, more 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 mathematically, like there is nothing divinity or there is, these are just, religion is just for yourself, soul searching, and that's it. And keep the religion or belief on one side and science on the other side, and science is the power or whatever. So I was slowly going towards that side. But at the same time, still, I always at night before sleeping kept on talking to him without getting any answer from the other side, and always pray to him that please tell me the cure for all. By that time, it was 7 or 8 years of my professional life. That accident happened on that day back in 99. I was a registrar now. 20 doctors were under me, and we were running a almost 100-bedded medical unit in the hospital, few private rooms and wards, and 15-bedded intensive care area, including 5 beds for heart, coronary care, blah, 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 blah.
Just quickly to interrupt, Dr. Saab, this is a teaching hospital, correct?
Yeah, it was teaching hospital, private setup, a tertiary care private hospital. But by that day, it was not approved for the post-graduation studies. But after 1 year of this happening as well, I was also trying and always push my seniors that, sir, we are doing so much job over here, or good practice of medicine is going on over here. It should be approved as a post-graduation training hospital, because I was very critical with my junior doctors. I was very strict as far as the duty was concerned. And many of my friends working with me, they got annoyed sometimes that this is a private money minting kind of hospital. And you are keeping us always on our toes for these consultants who are taking huge chunk of money with them. And we, at the end of the day, we will get the same salary which we can get in any case. So why you are going to the extra limits and pushing us also to put the extra efforts, and these are not our private patients or blah, blah, blah. And sometimes the consultants were not right all the time. So, and the juniors were right. But I was like a fanatic. I was always pushing them that we have to give the best to these patients. As a humans, we are answerable to them and the Lord. So they also started talking to me that you are mad. The persons who are more frank with me or already studied with me or my class fellows, they always say, you are mad, you are nuts. But being juniors or under me, they have to give me my demanded work. So at the same time, I always try to take care of their rights as well. So at the same time, I was usually at war with the administration for their rights as well. So this was going on when this prick happened. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask your permission.
Yeah.
May I direct you from time to time if it seems like we're veering away from the subject? Would you mind if I just directed you back to the topic? Would that be okay?
Sorry. I couldn't hear you. What you are asking? I think internet problem. I couldn't hear you. What you said?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now.
Okay. I was saying, do I have your permission to direct you back to the topic if we begin to veer off in different directions? Do I have your permission to interrupt and direct you back to the topic? Is that okay?
Yeah, I am on the topic now. I came back to you, but this was the kind of personality I was having as a physician or intensivist. When I got an accident, I met an accident right inside my ICU, and one of my colleagues or friend or 1 year junior, Dr. Javed, he was on duty, and as a first on call, I was as a registrar. I was inside the hospital, and I went to the ICU to have a round over there for other patients. When he told me that this young lady, she was 35, 40, is just landed in ICU right from ER. She was severely, extremely breathless and not fully conscious, and she was trying to get out of bed in a very bad shape. So he told me that she's in a state of shock, and we are suspecting severe pneumonia, like nowadays the COVID pneumonia state is there. So later on, it was PCP pneumonia, pneumocystis carinii pneumonia, and the lady was found that she was a IV drug abuser and a sex worker as well. So like in a lead prominent lead class or like this. And this lady was having HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C bugs already in her blood. So at that time, she was in a critical state, and doctors and nurses, they have to put her on ventilator and to start the certain drugs which were life-saving, and usually at the you have to start them in such situations in ICU. But there was no IV line access, and no vein was available. All the veins were already damaged by her due to wrong techniques of injections or careless techniques of injections. Drug abuse, and the nurses were trying, and the doctor was trying to have an access for the rapidly acting drugs, rapidly acting injections to be given and to sedate her and put her on the ventilator or the breathing machine. Because she was severely hypoxic, her blood was not having enough oxygen to sustain the life. So we were having very few minutes with us. And that is way back in 99. So he asked me that what to do, and please pass on, let's come on, and we will try to central venous line insertion, and don't have an ultrasound at that time. So this all procedure was a blind procedure. So what they did, two nurses, they tied her hands alongside the bed, and they were assisting me, and the Dr. Javed was assisting me. Staff Shazia was assisting me with me, and I was standing on the head side of the patient, and I put in that needle in my first go, And now I was trying to secure that line. I removed that needle outside alongside the syringe with almost 5 cc or 7 cc blood in it. And I put it on the side on the, and now I was stitching the needle or the cannula, which I have already put in. When that lady removed one of her hands from the tie, and she tried to grab the hair of the one of the staff nurses. And that junior staff nurses, right at that time, this all happened within seconds. She, in excitement, because it was her responsibility to draw the blood samples. So because I passed the line, so 7 or 8 cc blood was already in the needle, in the syringe, and she got that sample for the blood test. So she just took that syringe with that big needle in it from the bedside, and at the same time, patient grabbed her hair. And in an evasive action, this lady just waved her hand or whatever. At the same time, I am extending my hand and asking for a needle, for thread to secure the line. And that needle of that patient's blood, it pricked my hand.
Mm.
And it was maybe more than a centimeter inside my hand.
Wow.
It's right in the space. So
That's terrifying. You're a doctor.
that's where the drama started.
Yeah.
And my own knowledge,
yes.
I was not a layman. I was a doctor who already know what deadly consequences are now waiting for me. And I was hardly married for 3 years, and with 2 kids.
Quite young.
And my wife was already expecting for the 3rd one. And that's it. What you say. I just cured the line. I spoke to my senior, and he said, do you have your full vaccination for hepatitis B? And I was not concerned at that time for hepatitis B. I was concerned for HIV and Hep C as well. Both the viruses have no vaccines. And luckily, I had very good seniors with me in those days, but that senior at that time told me, one of them told me that, Javed, you know, immunoglobulins are very costly. That was an emergency injection to be given for only Hep B immunity or vaccine, emergency vaccine within first 24 hours if you got this accidental prick. And he said, hospital can't afford it for you. And because in those days, due to political reasons, that hospital was under the wrath of that military dictator at that time. So whatever going on was, to hell with it. I was the only victim. And I, being a doctor, now my own knowledge was a prick in the ass for me, that my knowledge already right from start is telling me that you have to die. You have no solution. Where is your allopathy? Where is your science, and where is your knowledge? And what will you do now? And what about your family?
It's a death sentence.
So the other professor, Dr. Moazzam Beg Mirza, and Professor Yunus were with me. So Professor Yunus later on just told me one thing. He said, even your career is at stake if you go outside of this country. They will screen you, and if they found it, you might not get any active slot anywhere or any possibility of transmission to the other patient during the procedure. So it might affect your job as well. So in this country, for the time being, nobody is having any solution for you all over the world even. So just keep it with you and keep on searching on net. In those days, we were having only laptop with emails. No WhatsApp, no Facebooks, no social media, no quick connections. So no Androids or iOS or nothing else, blah, 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 only laptops and emails. I started putting emails to all my friends all over the world, wherever they were doing their postgraduates or they were doing as consultants. So any remedy for a patient who has accidental prick, one of my friend had it, or one of my cousin had it. I do not disclose to anyone. And they always say, Javed, you are your doctor, and you know that up till now, till today, there is no solution. And I kept on repeating my lab reports from different laboratories, maybe 3 months, 4 months. Sometimes, whenever I have any new symptom or low grade fever or lethargy, I will immediately go to any nearby lab, and with any fake name, I will give sample for HPS, anti-HCV, HIV. And merciful Lord was looking at me silently. I started trying all my religious beliefs or curing remedies or even as Abi Zamzam and all these things. But I started losing weight, low grade fever after 6 months. My first tests were positive.
Mm. For all three?
That day,
For all three,
all
Doctor?
three, all three were positive. And my liver tests were slightly deranged, but not too much. Rest of the reports were fine. I was already a very, very mute, irritable, and depressed person in home and in my working place as well. People started getting annoyed with me. What's the problem with this man? Because hardly only those 4 or 5 people know. And these test results, nobody knows. Only Javed Iqbal, that doctor, who always repents that why he called me, he could have passed it, or he was a very great soul. He passed away while job. He was also a very good intensivist, a very great human, a good doctor. And later on, he went to UK. He then continued over there with me. And, we were on doing post-graduation in those days, and he passed before me as well, and married with a girl. Later on, he divorced with one kid, I think. Okay. And while on duty, he had brain hemorrhage and died there.
Wow.
Very much sensitive person. So he always said to me, I can't face you. And I always tell him, never think like that. It was destiny. And he also was having such things. I don't know why Lord is so cruel to us and why he did this to you. And we always kept analyzing that why this happened to me. I always tried to ask myself that where do I was wrong? Which wrong thing I did to anyone? Why this happened to me? Is this a curse? So sometimes I think I was so strict with my juniors, maybe it is someone's curse. Or I was very much strict or disciplinarian in those days. Anyways, life goes on. My family took me as such that for some reason this man is now mad. He's not at speaking terms with his kids, small kids. I used to take meals separately and put those utensils in the wash basin and wash them immediately myself. And hardly on talking terms with my wife, always very edgy and very rather angry kind of person. And she stops talking to me that maybe something wrong is there. I was doing it deliberately. Sometimes I think that I may die someday. So my kids and my wife, they should not have very much strong bondings with me. So they keep on remembering me. It's better they started living without me. They should learn how to live without me. This was my self-strategy. So 2 years, and I lost maybe more than 15, 20 kg weight. And my relations with my friends or colleagues, I was a different kind of personality now. When this ultimate remedy came in my life.
Let's talk about that.
That's why I am so mad about it. Because the way the merciful Lord, the magnificent and merciful, the benevolent Lord replied to my prayers through my self-experiment first.
Yes.
I had to pass through the pain. And these are the words of Babaji Sayyid Makhdoom Safdar Ali Bukhari, who is the real pioneer of this remedy of listening. This beautiful recitation of Surah Ar-Rahman in the voice of late Egyptian Qari Abdul Basit Abdul Samad's voice. And you can find it on www.alrahman.com, free of course. This website is made by him in his own life days and this worldly life days. And very simply, he wrote one line at the end: all the rights are reserved to Allah. So, and he told us, never change a single word from here. Just leave it as such. And apart from certain technicalities, otherwise he was so much particular. Initially, it was in very bright red color, and he said, leave, even don't change the color or the Al-Rahman font or whatever. So those days, I was not into these things. I don't know what spirituality is. For me, spirituality is any human who has spirits in him, who has a spirit or ruh in him, is a spiritual being. So soul in it. And this soul, if it is loving to all unconditionally, that's spirituality. And whosoever is as much unconditional is as much powerful spiritually. So for me, this Al-Rahman means unconditional love.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's one word, unconditional love, even for sinful, even for pious, even for prostitute, even for practicing priest, but he is always there. This energy is a flowing energy for all, for the worst of the men and the best of the men. He is merciful for all, like a mother. Like a mother is loving to all her kids. Whether one is very intelligent, when one is very much obedient, the other is very much naughty. One is born with some defects right from the day one, even a cerebral palsy patient. I did not saw a single mom throwing away her abnormally born kid to the fire. I rather found mothers taking care, sorry to the fathers, but mostly mothers. Fathers are also loving, but mostly mothers. They even get divorced. They will get on taking care of that abnormal kid. They will not think of ditching him on into the fire. So same is true for this caring creator. And I will give one simple example to you. And I found it from here, that this cell phone, any company, whatever company has made it, they sold it. So they might be sitting in any part of the world, but they are still in connection with this gadget, and they are still updating its apps every weekly or maybe monthly. So, and they will not allow any malfunctioning or virus in it. They will keeping on a check, but till I am following the main pathways or rules of the company. So even if there is some problem in this gadget, I don't know how to take care of it, how to correct it, but all I can do is put it on the company default settings. Put it on the company default settings, and through the internet, through the connection frequency, they will take care of it immediately, right from sitting from the other part of the world. Yes. So just few days back, I came to know when it was updating. I woke up in the morning and I just checked my phone for any calls or missed calls or something. The telephone there was on screen, it was coming. The cell phone is updating, and up till now, 27 apps out of 427 apps updated. And I was shocked that 427 apps in this phone? I hardly use 27 maybe. I hardly use 27 maybe. Then I found this is my fault if I'm not using. But company has provided all the sets equally, all the apps. So same is true for humans. Most of us do not realize our own apps. or our own potential. We are judging others, we are commenting on others, we are interested or even peeping in the lives of others, but we are so ignorant that we do not know our own energies, our own capabilities, our own limitations, and our own vast kind of abilities the Mother Nature already or the Creator already put inside us. So if the disease is there, the cure is already inside us. That healing energy and this flowing energy is always available, but we are not connecting to it. And it is very much well within, even it is more closer than these clothes. It is within our own selves. And this sickness is over here, and this healing is over here, I can say. The mind and the soul, or the mind and the heart. One point, and then I will let you put the next thing, that as a doctor all over the world, sometimes we have some patients in ICU, they are brain dead. They are brain dead due to any sickness or accident. Doctors tell the family that the man is brain dead, and different countries have different rules. Even in UK, they will remove the ventilatory support after 48 hours. If 2 senior doctors evaluated, his brain is no more there. So they will inform the family, the man is brain dead and we have no hopes. So we are removing this artificial breathing machine. And after removing artificial breathing machine, because the patient will not get the enough oxygen, his heart will stop ultimately. And then doctors will declare death. So no man is given death certificate if his brain is dead. But if the heart is dead, so you are dead. So death of the heart is death. Yes. So it is not only this mechanical gadget, this heart. This heart, there is something, it is that place in this body where do we live, where we all live. All, where we are kept talking, self-talking, self-analyzing, self-thinking, and it is combination of all these things, and it is the final that place. Otherwise, right now I am sitting in Lahore, Pakistan, in Model Town, one place at my home, but that is not where Dr. Javed is living. Where is Dr. Javed? Or where is Iram? This is just a body. If I'm dead just now, they will not call it now Dr. Javed. They will say the body is here, now transfer the body, give a bath to the body, bury the body. It is a body. It is not Dr. Javed. These are just clothes. This is just an envelope. So where is the original Dr. Javed? So this soul is right from hairs of head to the toes, but where it is most concentrated, where I am thinking or talking or living all the time. You were saying the vacuum space or ether or spiritual space. So where do we live? Where actually right at now you are, yourself. So it is the realization of that self and the master self, the master creator is also right over there, very next to you, more closer than anything else, more closer than. And that energy is the healing energy or master energy or motherhood or the unconditional love. And it is always available round the clock, 24/7 to every human being. But if you are connected to it, if you are not interested in it, and you are interested in the outside world or illusion you are calling, and you are running here and there, like I am right now, this light source is coming to my face. So I am near this light, and I am nearing more. But if I am looking towards this side, still light is there, but now my back is on that light source. So similarly, that source of final energy, the mother energy, if I am connected, keep on connecting with that, I should not be afraid of anything. Till the baby is in the lap of mom, we should always be babies of one day. They are fearless, They are having no fears for anything. They have no prejudice or biases for anything. They have no knowledge, super knowledge, or any kind of knowledge, but they are communicating only through one language, and it's mom's warmth, it's mom's touch, and whenever they need the mom, they will cry. And they know this cry, intentionally or unintentionally, will answer their problem. And their only one language is cry. And the mom will immediately respond. Whether mom is sitting in the toilet, the moment she listened to the cry of the baby, the first thing our moms is to say, oh, Allah karke. So immediately they will pray. They will send some blessings in thought immediately from there, and then they will physically run towards the kid. Yeah. So this is the kind of connection of the master energy, where you may call him Allah or God or Rahman or Ram or whatever you call him. It is always there. It's light, it's energy. Light is again a description for us. Even in the darkest of the nights, it's there.
Yes.
This energy, like current, you can't see it, or magnetism, you can't see it. So it is always there, and it is right inside you. Right inside you. All you have to do is recognize your own self, appreciate your own self. It's soul searching. And wash your own self off yourself. The self. The self. One self is small letters and one self is the capital letters. So the capital self. So you have to keep on connected with it. He is just merciful. So after 2 years, I met that man, Sayyid Maktoum Safdar Ali Bukhari, and just by looking at me, when I entered his room, he said, oh, the mad doctor came. Pagal doctor aaya hai. So I was so annoyed. Why he's saying me mad? So already an irritable person. And why he's saying so? So now I adore this name. I love this name, the way he said. And
Pagal doctor,
he
right?
told me this one Pagal doctor. He told me this one minute experiment we all can do right now, whosoever is listening. It was, you can say, it was a small meditation. And one of my junior doctors, Dr. Maimuna, like Zebaji, you are saying, Maimuna, she was in touch with him in a very young age, when she was, I think, final year, and she was passing through some different kind of experiences, and she met him, and she was connected to him like anything, and which was more, I was having serious objections the way she explained him to me, like Babaji or like this, because I was not a believer, even not a very much practicing Muslim. I was not a very much practicing believer even, and next to it is spirituality. Which spirituality? I was a doctor, a specialist, intensive care specialist. So for me, this was all just a magician's world, or just trickster and tricky people, and nothing else. So the lady in front of me in my presence, first time I was doing rounds in ICU, and she offered this meditation to one dying patient, and there was gross change in that man. He was throwing blood because of chronic liver disease or cirrhosis of liver in terminal stages, and there was a gross change. And I rather strictly said to her, what are you doing? Don't give him a false hope. And she just ignored my comment. She was too junior to me, and people were so afraid of me, but she was not bothering at that time, and those were her very early days. And she just said, can we arrange a cassette player, a sound system with headphones in this ICU? I said, are you mad? This is an intensive care. Which kind of music you want to play? And she said, not music, but this is a recitation for Quran, the Surah Rahman, and he just has to listen it with closed eyes, and he can use the headphones. And in those days, it was Walkman, if you remember the small cassette players. And this cassette and Walkman I arranged from my home. I said, my younger brother, the way she said to me, like in a challenge, I arranged it. It was Sony's cassette player, small Walkman, and my brother from Switzerland, he was doing PhD over there, and he brought it for me as a gift. And I hardly used it for 2-3 days at that time. So I called my younger brother, please drop it at hospital to me. And he rather make a joke out of it, that, but any dance party in the hospital? I said, yes. And please give me a cassette of Surah Rahman in the voice of Qari Basit. So he provided me, and I gave it to that man sarcastically. And I don't know why I did it, but next day when I went to ICU, that man was no more there. And I immediately thought he is dead now. He must have died the way he was sick. And I casually asked, sister, where is bed 7? And Slim was his name. And she said, they left the hospital, they have no more money, and his father was no more interested. They were not bringing blood because he was terribly, with so much blood loss, anemic. And his father said, I have no more money and I can't arrange it. And they left. I said, okay, my Walkman was here. Then she said, doctor, there's no Walkman. I found in the trolley alongside the bed, and it was not there. And I started cursing myself. Dr. Javed, you are nuts. There was no need to be. There was. I don't want to say the Punjabi, which I said to myself, because anyways, I just kept quiet. That this is total nonsense of me. But after 7-8 days, maybe 10 days, the patient and the father came. They gave me that Walkman, and the man was a different kind of person. And his father was so much excited that where is Dr. Maimuna, and which kind of things he has to eat, and which kind of things he should not eat. My son is fine, or like this. And I was saying, what is your stool color, your poo's color? And the man said, doctor, I am not passing blood. It is yellow. I said, okay, you may not left much in yourself. So he said, no, doctor, I am energetic and I'm feeling absolutely fine. And this meditation of this 1 minute with water, it gives me so much energy. And the water taste is Zamzam. And I was already irritated with Zamzam because for many months I was drinking Zamzam, and every 3rd or 4th or 6th month I was going for tests, and my tests were same, positive.
Positive, yeah.
Okay? So their Zamzam was not working on me, the original Zamzam, right from Mecca. And this man is saying his water from his home tap, he is drinking with this meditation, and he is feeling taste of Zamzam. What nonsense is going on? So I did not believe it. I just said, okay, give me your phone number. And he said, we don't have phone at home. They were poor. Very next to my home, there is a small shop. And he has a PTCL or landline phone number. And you can call at that and he will call me there. I just take that phone number as well, just to keep an eye after 1 month, whether he is still alive or not. The gastroenterologist, like doctor, my senior, he was a liver specialist, Dr. Qayyum Khan. He was also sitting there. I narrated the story to him, and he said, oh, Javed, just stop talking bullshit. Oh man, repeat your PCR and go to the ultrasound and show me whether your liver is again of the normal size. And that man, very, I would say he was a bit rough as well. The patient, he said, Dr. Qayyum, for 5 years I've kept coming to you, and I am now left with no money, and I am no more interested in tests and ultrasound. To hell with you people's eyes. I am pain-free. I am living happily. I don't need your tests to prove it. I am at least eating. For the after 5 years, first time I'm feeling appetite is increasing. And I'm feeling energy in myself. To hell with your PCR and ultrasound. And he left. So Dr. Qayyum Khan again said, this is all nonsense. This nation cannot grow in science. This is stupidity. Just by listening Surah Rahman, and he's just drink this water with 3 times Allah, Allah, and he's saying he's cured. This is all bullshit. Javed, stop talking to such people. You are a doctor, you are a budding young doctor, and keep on doing research in science. And like these things, he also left her. But after just few days, my elder sister, she collapsed at home and she landed in ICU with me, and her heart rate were more than 190, 200, and she was in shock, and we had no proper history, and diagnosis was viral myocarditis. And we were having very limited number of drugs or electric shock for her to reverse her heart. When we were debating what nonsense has happened with this young lady, and I was helpless even as a doctor on her bedside. When this Dr. Memuna came again, and I was not in my sister's room at that time. She first came to me in my office and said, "Doctor, I heard your sister is sick. Uh, can I go to her room for inquiring about her health?" I thought this is just a social visit. She said, I said, "No need to ask me. You can go over there and just pray for her, like just a social gesture," I said. But after maybe 15 minutes, my mom's call came. The sister said, "Your mom is calling, please come." And when I go to that room, my sister, who was in state of shock with 190 heart rate, she was on her toes and she was insisting to go home and saying, "I am fine." And her husband or my mom, they were grabbing her and pushing her to the bed, and she was saying, "You people are nuts, I have to go." And my mother very angrily said, "This young lady, a doctor came with big hair, long hair, her hair were very long hair, no dupatta and no hijab. And I don't know what kind of thing she did to her." And she said, "Close your eyes and just with love 3 times, say Allah." And she did it. And since then she said, "You are fine." And she left. And she is insisting this girl get mad. What is going on, Javed? I was looking at my sister and I checked her pulse. She already has removed her monitor lines and everything, and sister was also saying, "Please lie down." And my sister was not ready to cooperate with it, and she went home right at that time, refusing all our advices, refusing her husband's all threats, my mother's emotional blackmailing. That lady left the hospital. And I was so much angry deep inside my heart. As an doctor, I immediately took the short leave from hospital and accompanied my sister to her home and kept sitting with her throughout the night, like anytime she will die. But my sister was laughing and saying she is fine. And she gave her cell number to her. I was not having any cell numbers, phone numbers, and I was deadly against the mobile numbers in 99, 200, 2001. And that was 2001 and 2002 start. So when this happened, and I was now a doctor for 10 years. So that lady gave her phone number, my sister, and I don't know, my mother after a few days and her husband told me that she calls her sometimes and they are speaking to some Babaji at something, what nonsense is going on. And my brother-in-law told me that the kind of prayers this lady, my wife has started in closed room, she's weeping or like she's whirling, Javed, something. What's going on? Is she going to be a malang? What is going on? My kids are very small. So whenever I asked my sister, she was normal and she was very clear, no, nothing like that. So these sinister activities were going around me, but not for a single moment. I thought that I should go for this experiment for my own self. By that time, that lady one day came and she was so much worried, Dr. Memuna, that her Babaji is sick. And I started laughing. The healer himself is sick. So I very sarcastically said, "Let him listen Surah Rahman and that meditation. Why he's not doing that meditation?" And she was speaking like anything. Now she was a pure doctor. And she said, "Sir, you don't know this remedy. He cannot take any benefit for himself. He cannot use it. You don't know. He has to take medicine. He cannot take any kind of self-benefit from it. So please, you just get these tests and please speak to him on telephone." She was giving me her phone, and ask him as a doctor, "You are the best doctor I met in my life. So please ask him out." And she was weeping like anything. And this love for him was also a big question mark for me. That this lady, although I know she was also an orphan, that why she is saying, she is more concerned for this Babaji, even for more, maybe for your own father. So which kind of love this lady is having for that man? And why she is so What is this nonsense? Anyway, I speak to that man first time on phone. And it was a very heavy voice, like someone has already drunk maybe full bottle of champagne. And there was someone on the other side, and he said, hello. He said, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. Kaka Baba, kya haal hai? I said, I'm fine. Aapka kya haal hai? Oh, ye pagal hai. This girl is just crazy. I am fine. I have nothing. This is just a spiritual state of kafir. This is overload to me for some reason. But this Israel, the angel of death, with love, he usually called her angel of death. She said, this Israel accidentally came to know that I am nowadays not feeling fine. She came to my home. She just overpowered me and draw this blood. And now you just take these samples from her, throw them secretly into any dustbin, and tell her that all the reports are normal. No, I was saying what nonsense is going on. She is weeping like anything near me, and she's a doctor. And her assessment was very good as a medical doctor. In our daily routine, I have assessed already her. So how this man is saying that just throw out the samples and tell her that all the labs are fine. But she was weeping like everything. And I can say, like he said to me, Pagal doctor, she was saying, Babaji is mad, you don't listen to him. And I was again surprised, which kind of spiritual mentor or murshid is this, that she's so much disrespectful to him, like calling so much names to him. What is this relationship? So later on, I found it was the extreme passion and love or bond, or I don't know whatever. So I also criticize her in this way, that either stay spiritual or stay logical. Why you need a physician or doctor or a medical science help right now? Why you need these tests for your Babaji? Do your own spiritual tests.
Yeah.
But she was not. She was just sleeping and saying, please you do this. You evaluate. Please you come with me. I will take you or to his home and you just evaluate him. I said, why? He is in need. He should come to do the home calls. Why should I go? And she was saying, Javed bhai, sir, you are nuts. You are not understanding. And he is also nuts. He will harm himself. He will not get any treatment. Please. First, I was just confused. What nonsense is going on? Anyways, for her sake, I took those samples to lab and she accompanied me. And I requested the boy and they did the test. And after a few hours, they informed me all the labs are normal. Now for next 2 days, she kept on insisting me, please meet Babaji and evaluate him. And Babaji also want to meet you. And I always refuse that I am not free. I am now no more having any interest after this experiment that the man who is not able to treat himself, for which I will meet him, what he will do for me. But today I can say it was a trap from the merciful Lord. Anyways, I went to him and he said, oh, Pagal doctor aaya hai. And this therapy he offered me at that time, he said, okay, close your eyes. We can do this experiment of 1 minute right now over here if you people are interested. Rather than narrating such a long story, I think we should be more practical, a practical demonstration. So that is better. He said to me, close your eyes. So all of you who are interested can close your eyes. Just close your eyes and feel yourself in front of your own creator inside you. The love, the mercy, the unconditional love, the Rahman is well within our own selves. It will hardly take 1 minute. Keep your eyes closed and just think that he is listening and he is seeing you. He's always there. It is we who are ignorant. So just forget everything around and surrender yourself to him, that, oh Lord, here I am. If you want to see him with the eyes of your heart. Feel him. It's a feeling. give a gift of forgiveness for all of his creation to him. Forgive all, to clean your heart, to clean your heart. Say, oh Allah, I forgive all the people who have ever uh, hurt me. I am forgiving them, whether I know about them or whether I do not know about them. Maybe there were some kind of people who are just jealous for you and you don't know they are against you or they have already damaged you. So, eh Allah, eh God, I forgive all of them. And please do special mercy to all of them. You also do mercy. Oh Lord, you also be merciful to all of them. I forgave all of them, and you also forgave them and send more blessings to even my enemies and the whole creation. There is no hatred or revenge amongst us. And now with all of your sins, like a baby, even after soiling his clothes, he just went to mom. So close your eyes and with all your sins, after forgiving all his creatures and rather praying for all your adversaries or enemies wholeheartedly, surrender your good deeds to him as well. Tell him, if I ever hurt anyone, knowingly or unknowingly, you can compensate. Oh Lord, you can compensate by giving my good deeds to him or her as a compensation. So at least that human being's heart gets softer for me. Maybe someone is not forgiving me and I am in my own ordeal. So as a compensation, you can do this. Give my good deeds, whatever amount you think is right, as a compensation to that man's book. So at least I am free from the creation or any other fellow being's wrath or hatred or revenge. You compensate them with my good deeds. Now all you left is sins or wrongdoings or personal faults. And we are already faulty. But you are the beautiful, you are the ultimate, you are the merciful. All I need is you. So just go in his lap, right inside, and with extreme passion of love, with extreme love, just 3 times say, Allah, 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 or God, 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 or Bhagwan, whatever you want to call him, or even if you are an atheist, you can say 3 times your own name. At least you believe your own self. So with extreme passion and love, I say Allah 3 times. In your thought process, not with your tongue. Say just 3 times his name, and then when I say open your eyes, then open your eyes. आंखें खोल दें, open your eyes. You can do it with a half glass of water in your hand. After saying this 3 times, Allah, 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 keep the eyes closed and take 3 sips of water and then open your eyes. This is the complete method of this small meditation. I call it dua, and you can offer it to others as well. After 7 days, you can spread it to anyone else. But anyone who is badly sick or suffering any big disease, cancer or AIDS or physical illness or mental illness or spiritual illness or financial illness or social illness or personal relationships illness, just clean your heart, forgive all, pray for all, for the sake of Allah, for the sake of Creator, forgive His creation. Because like a mom, she loves His creations. Mom loves all the kids. So if an elder kid forgive the smaller one or the naughty one, mom will be more kind to that kid, that he is more helping to me and he is trying to manage this kid with forgiveness and sacrifice. So if you are giving one sacrifice as a blessing, he will reward you, even if one for one. But like a money exchange, like in Pakistan, our 1 rupee and the dollar is maybe 150 rupees. So the energy he gave back in the kind of one, it will be unaccountable kind of thing. It will be a mercy of no measurements. You cannot measure the love. The only unit of love is mom's love. So it's unconditional. So just do it 3 times a day for 7 days only. In the voice of Qari Abdul Basit Abdul Samad, you can free download it from www.alrahman.com. This app is their ultimate remedy for any sickness, from any religion, wherever you are sitting in the world or wherever your religion or belief is. It is beyond that belief. You stay in your religion. No need to be a Muslim, or it is not kind of preaching. It is a remedy. It is a remedy. I am not myself a very good Muslim. I'm just offering it as a doctor. I am allopath. I am still an intensivist. I'm still doing my physician practice. And apart from 4 or 5 drugs I am prescribing to my patients, I offer it free of cost to all the patients, that if you are agreed to it, do it at your home and just listen it. And each time after listening, take a half glass of water and say 3 times Allah in your heart and drink that in 3 sips and then open your eyes. So the full detail is also there in that website, on that app. But Babaji offered me, and immediately I felt the strange feeling in my body, and the water taste definitely changed. So my brother was also there, but I was not ready to accept these things. So he said, "What you felt?" I said, "Nothing." And he said, "Okay, do it again." So we do it 2 times. And second times I again said, my brother started weeping, like his tears were flowing from his eyes. I said, "What is going on with you?" He said, "I don't know. I don't know. But it's peace." I said, "Why you are weeping?" He said, "I don't know." So I was rather irritated with my young brother, Kamran, then what is going on with him? And let me check this old man, what he's doing. And third time he said, "I never offered it 3 times to anyone. You are a big mad. So do it with me third time." I did it third time. And I was feeling a strange kind of peace inside but I was expecting like some light or some face will appear and the Lord will say, "Hello, how are you?" So nothing was happening like this. So I was refusing that. I was, after closing eyes, there's nothing but darkness. And this feeling of peace is just nothing but because just I relaxed, and that's why. So my logic is going on. So suddenly he said, "Okay, it is a solution for everything." I said, "For everything?" He said, the cure you are searching for last 10 years, it is answer to your prayer. This is the first time I was a bit alert. What is this? Because this was the secret between only me and my Lord. Nobody, even my mother don't know, even my wife don't know. Nobody don't know that this is my special prayer for last 10 years since I became a doctor, that every night before sleeping, I am talking to Allah in my heart, like praying that if there is a cure, where is that cure for everything? So you give me, I will spread it unconditionally and free of cost to everyone. And these things I was now doing it as a routine. And for last 2 years, I was suffering my own self without any solution from anywhere in the world. And this man is saying, this is the solution, and this is the answer of your prayer of last 10 years. So I was shocked, and I said, "What are you saying?" He said, "This is answer to your prayer you are saying for 10 years. Quran is the cure." I said, "Quran is from Lord, and cure is from Lord, and Quran is cure, and Quran is from Lord." He kept on repeating these sentences 3-4 times in Urdu. Quran shifa hai, shifa min janib Allah. Quran shifa hai, shifa min janib Allah. Quran is from Allah min janib Allah. But I thought, he's not a teacher. And what kind of, at the same time, for some people, he was offering this music therapy. So I was not ready to mingle all these things and believing, and I don't know that this is some kind of a very big energy or something is going on. So very sarcastically, I said, can I apply it to my patients? Can I tell it to others? Am I allowed? And he happily said, allowed? I am requesting you, spread it to everyone, but never take a benefit from it. No worldly benefit or material gain from it. Tell it free of cost to everyone. Do your experiments in your ICU. To go and do it. And I started it playing in the Tafaq Hospital's ICU on a big sound system 3 times a day. And certain people objected. And some people, even non-Muslims, they cooperated to listen in. And the results were marvelous. In last 20 years, I have many stories, many astonishing results inside ICU. Since 2008, I am in Success Hospital, Lahore. Until last year, I was in ICU. Now I am an associate professor, just teaching in a medical hospital, college with the hospital, and one of the medical units I'm working, but no more in that ICU. But they are still playing it, and they are getting marvelous results. But the again problem is, they say this is not scientific, not promoted. People will stop learning science, and this is more religious kind of thing. And we don't need to prove the Quran. And if you are promoting a new sect or cult, and this is not allowed in even religion, and you are doing bid'ah, and some started investigating myself that what hidden purpose is behind it, and because I never charged anything from it, and they.
What
Yes.
about your own journey? Did I don't know if you covered it. Did you recover from all the 3 conditions that you had, and how long did it take you to recover?
It is 21 years I am sitting in front of you people. Anyone who is doctor, he can understand it, that how it is possible. This is kind of a miracle. But what happened, honest to God, right from that day, I did listen to it once a day, 7 days maybe, not 3 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day, sometimes only once a day. My routine was very hectic in those days. I was working in 3 hospitals and doing my post-graduation at the same time. So I was hardly coming to home, only at 4 nights, and just running here and there. So during that, I tried to listen it, but I keep on drinking this water 3 times a day. My body was saying I am fine. That fear, that depression, that state of mind I was passing through for last 2 years, it was suddenly changed. And I was totally interested in applying this remedy to others. I never ever get tested till 2005. Till Babaji passed away from this world on 8th February 2005. And in those days, one doctor's team, one hiring team came from Saudi, and they were hiring doctors for Saudi. And few of my colleagues informed me as well, and I joined with them. And I appeared in an interview, and they requested for the medical results for a medical checkup. They have to offer us a job in Saudi. So Babaji passed away on 8th February. And the letter came to me that you are selected for a hospital job in Riyadh, and your medical test is required. Appear before that lab, and you have to give these tests. So since 2nd December 2002 to the May of 2005, I never repeated those tests, and not a single time this thought came in my mind that I had that prick and I am positive for those tests. But I started like I had no more depression, no more fear, and I was in my mind thinking that, okay, I have to live with it. So that medical test, I gave the sample without thinking that it will come in records, and then I will not be able to ever go to Saudi even for a job or anything else. But I gave the sample. The next day, when me and other colleagues, we entered that hospital facility, that lab facility, we have to collect our samples, our results. One of the doctors he was already there before us and he was depressed. And he said, sir, I cannot go. My Hep B is positive. Suddenly this thing came in my mind. Oh my God, why I gave the sample? Oh shit. So, but I said, okay. Now I was a different man after 3 years with Babaji. I said, okay. I just laughed inside and went to the window and gave my token and took my results. And I was thinking that obviously they are positive and I am rejected. The man at window, he gave me and said, sir, you go, you take your passport to the other window. And I just opened there. And all the three were negative.
Mashallah.
Okay. So those were the first tests I did at that time. Now, one thing crossed in my mind, might be their kit is not good. And if I landed in Saudi and they repeated those tests again, I might be in trouble. So I'm better not quit my job here. I better not go rather than got humiliated there. What should I do? But then I thought, no, it is from Allah. And let's go there. At least I can go for Umrah or Medina Munawwara or maybe a opportunity for Hajj. And this is what Allah did to me in those 2 years. They did it every year. And these all three tests were negative of that there also in my yearly examination. I did Hajj there, Umrahs there, Medina Munawwara was my favorite outing from Riyadh. Whenever we got the opportunity, we just ran to Medina. And after 2 years, I landed back in my motherland. And since then, 2007, 8, I'm serving here, offering this remedy to others. And even Corona patients, many stories are there. I already uploaded those videos of those cured patients, even from states or even from other countries of the world, from different religions. It is on Masmas Healer's YouTube channel. And anyone who is getting cured, I'm taking their help to spread it. So there is no NGO or there is no organized organization. A team of volunteers happily doing it everywhere in the world. Anyone who is doing it for himself, this is my message for all. So they can start telling others, but unconditionally. No personal gain, not even taking thank you for it. This is the message.
So I just want to say that, thank you, Dr. Saab, just for information. The website he was mentioning is alrahman.com. I've posted that.
ALREHMAN.com.
So it's in the chat box. You can see it. You can also go to the same page where we had the Zoom link, which is fhtjoy.com/shifa. The methodology has been written out, and it also has the link to Qari Abdul Basid's Surah Rahman, so you can download from there. And I believe we have the link to alrahman.com as well. And I have posted videos that I wanted to research some testimonials. And Dr. Saab, I know you're so busy, I didn't reach out to you, but I just went through them myself, and those videos are posted. They're all in Urdu, so I translated and summarized them for you, and you can see the names of the diseases. Some of them I had to Google because they were so difficult. I didn't even know about them. But they range from hepatitis B, C, which is very common in Pakistan, heart disease, cancer, acute renal failure. I heard the man's gut-wrenching story with his mother. All of these are truly miraculous healings. Infertility treatment and emotional stuff, black magic, possession, depression, anger issues, familial issues, relationship issues. So ranging from what Dr. Saab specializes in, which is ICU care, to really a therapist, a psychotherapist, that kind. So everything is covered under this. It's beautiful. And I'll just go over it very quickly for again, you can go read the instructions on fhtjoy.com/shifa, or what he said was that it's a very simple process. It begins with you presenting yourself first, just close your eyes and present yourself in front of your Lord, whatever the name is. We, of course, do it with Allah. And once you find yourself in front of your Creator, you cleanse your heart. And we talked about it in the beginning too. I talked about it. Heart is very, very important. This is where, if you remember, he said in the beginning, this is where your God is, right next to you. But he's not going to be right next to you if your heart is filled with hatred and animosity and so many things. So you first cleanse your heart so that you make room for God. And then you basically are going to listen to the Surah Rahman, which is the recitation by Qari Abdul Basit. For this methodology, that is the only one that is recommended. If you want to listen to someone else's, it's up to you. And that recording is you can download it from fhtjoy.com/shifa. You listen to it quietly with full focus, with love. And he gave you the methodology how to cleanse your heart. We did that process already. So once you cleanse your heart, you listen. And at the end, when you are done listening, you take a half a glass of water and you say Allah's name 3 times with full love, hoping for his mercy, praying for his mercy, and you drink that. Was that correct, Dr. Saab? Was that right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. The main thing is, someone asked over here, I was just reading the question answers. Someone asked over here that can they hear it any otherwise, or is it for the black magic? Yes, you can try your own voices, but we got the best results in this voice and honestly told the method to others. It is best for you to try it as a remedy in this voice. The second thing, for black magic or any kind of curses, keep one thing in the main message in your mind. The main message is hatred is the root cause of all the illnesses. It is the hatred, bias, prejudice, which is the black magic, or worse than the black magic. And if you are a Muslim, only Auzu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is enough for any magic if you believe in Lord. But at least you believe in your own self. You are yourself a strong energy and you forgive all. It is our own wrong thinkings that, oh, the mother-in-law is against me, the sister-in-law is against me, and my father, we are not forgiving even our parents, even our siblings, even our in-laws, even our love or spouse. And love, if you have a beloved do not have any flaws. There is no complaining in the love, because beloved is flawless. If you are complaining, means the beloved has some flaws in it. If he is not flawless, he can't be a beloved. So, माशूक बेऐब होता है, इश्क में शिकवा हराम है. So, if you are loving someone, loving wholeheartedly, surrender yourself to that love. Whether it is a worldly thing, whether it is ishq majazi or ishq hakiki, you have to be zero. Like a moth just landed into the burning fire, into the light. He is not thinking, the moth is not ever thinking about the consequences or life hereafter. He just surrendered himself to its love, which is the flame, the light, the energy. Once you are with the purity, you will get pure. But if you are keeping impurity with yourself, you are self-damaging. It is your own self. So the disease starts from here, the thought process. It is the hatred, jealousy, envy, greed, lust. These are the sicknesses. And they make our bond weaker with our own original source of energy. So keep on looking towards Lord. The moment you got connected to him, you will be cured. Immediately you will be cured. So these are two fingers. Even if they get joined, still they are two. But if this one surrender to this one, if this one accepts its finality or its magnanimity and surrender to this one, now you are, they are two, but you can see only one. They merged with each other. So like a train, you have to bond with your mentor or with your motion or your source of energy. Like all the carriages, they are united with the engine or the loco engine in the train. So the Engine is the one who's taking the full train to the final destination. The rest of all the boxes, they just have to keep on bonded and surrendered to the decisions of the destiny.
Yes.
So they will reach the destination. But if the carriages are applying brakes and they want to stay on this railway station for more time or less time, or they want to go outside and have some special outings from the main path, then they get astray. Or this main path is in a circle. It is not a straight path. It is around us, a nucleus, a dot, and all the electrons are running around it, whether the closest ones or the farthest ones. But they are all focused at the inner circle, the inner dot, the nucleus. So that nucleus is your own focus of your main source of energy. Keep looking at him and be love. Be love. Just clean your heart out of any negative thoughts. So forgive all. Just keep praying for those who ever hurt you. The moment you become love, you will be, I don't want to explain those things. It should be felt by your own self. It is self-experiment. It is not preaching. It is not something to be in formulas. It is self-practical, self-experiment. Be love for everyone, like a mom. So once you are unconditional, you will start getting real benefits and real self-exploration. Love your own self. Realize your own self. अपने आप को पहचाने और अपने आप से प्यार करें.
So Dr. Saab, thank you so much for that. By the way, that was beautiful. That is Sufi talk, by the way, for those of you guys that don't know. Sufis are all about love and devotion and service and surrender. I believe so is Dr. Saab and definitely his Babaji. So once you have done the treatment for a special ailment for 7 days, let's say I fall in love with the process. I just really love doing it. I love listening to Surah Rahman, which guys, if once you listen to it, you will understand how beautifully majestic it is. It's just beautiful and you don't need to understand the meaning. So once I've done that, can I continue beyond the 7 days?
Yeah, you can continue, but the best thing is to continue by telling others, by spreading this light. Make an internet, make a big web out of it. And this web of energy, this connection of energy will help all of us and keep, even if you charge yourself, overcharge yourself, it is not beneficial to you. This mobile I have to charge, but if I keep on this phone on charger, it will blast. Okay? आप दूध उबाल रहे हैं, you are boiling the milk. So once it is boiled, it will start getting overflow. So you have to spread this energy. The next step is now spread this energy. Be energy yourself. Be a source of energy to others.
In your Urdu lectures, I love one statement that you always make, which is Zuban ki zakat, which I want to explain to the listeners that in Islam, there's a concept, it's a mandatory pillar of Islam, which is zakat, which means from your blessings, you take a certain portion and you spread that, you give it to the needy. So in this methodology, and that is what when Dr. Saab got cured and he went back to his Babaji, what can I pay you? He said, Zuban ki zakat, which is this, that you have to now spread it to others, because what happens when you spread this message, the blessings come back to you tenfold and others are also able to benefit. So guys, I want you guys to really become the ambassadors for this message, because as I said to you, it is very counterintuitive, by the way, for me. Dr. Saab, you don't know this, but like I said, it's one of the biggest energy healing summits in the world, and our platform doesn't allow for the way the business is set up, we don't do free stuff, right? It's all paid for. Everything is, you have to pay for it, and that's how it's set up. And that's why I always felt, why do we need a healer? Why can't we go straight to God? So as you guys can see, I brought something to you, which is free of charge. It is counterintuitive to the business. Why? Because I understand, I know that when you are doing business with God, you have no idea how he blesses you, and the only way you can do business with God truly is by being in service to his humanity. And right now, Dr. Saab and his other colleagues, I know many people are overactive right now because of the crisis that the world is going through. This is what the world needs. And I know many of you are, talking about conspiracy theories. There's so much stuff going on. Instead of letting our mind energy be usurped by that and just, getting wasted, let's focus on spreading something that is guaranteed healing if it's done correctly. And it's going to bring many blessings back to you, and you're spreading the truth. So that's the most important thing. So once we post the replay, please make sure you share it, pass it forward. Nothing is being charged. Everything is free. We've tried to make as many things available to you on our page, or you can go to the website, anywhere that you want to. Just a couple of questions, Dr. Saab. Can this work on stage 4 lung cancer? Somebody's question.
Yes. Even AIDS patient on ventilator with full-blown AIDS and cancer patients at stage 4, their own self-narrated videos are on YouTube, this Must Mercedes channel. Their own testimonies are there with the lab reports and the doctor statements. So, but few people, they died. So there is no cure for death. Death is the ultimate decision of the final curator, the final creator, and the master of the universe. But some people said to me that I did not get cured even my headache. So I said, there is no flaw in this remedy. You try and search your own flaw. And I told you to forgive all. He said, no, this is not possible. I cannot forgive anyone. I said, okay, this is up to you. This is up to you. So certain said, oh, no. Yes, and certain said, I did listen to it, but I listened it in the voice of my favorite Qari, and also I listened it a translated version when I want to understand. These things are again the self-manipulations. These things are again what someone is offering you selflessly a gift, and again you are doubting it. And again, you are putting your own self into it. So what's harm in doing it for 7 days as it is told to you? Like a doctor gives you any medicine and you have to take it. In our countries, same drug is available in 10 brands. So whatever the brand doctor is recommending you, you have to take it. Similarly, the method doctor tells you, you have to take this medicine 3 times a day or once a day or 2 times a day, you have to take it. So as a remedy, I am not telling you religion, I am telling you remedy, you do it 3 times a day for 7 days. And this question I just noticed, that can we do it on the behalf of others? Yes. For all the kids who are below 12 years, their parents should listen. It's not the kids who are sick, it's the parents who are sick, or the sickness is coming from the elders as a genetic disease. So their parents should listen, it's not the kids sick, it's the parents who are sick, or the sickness is coming from family, from the top tree. And sometimes it's a curse, sometimes it's our own wrong doings which are coming even to our generations, like a loan. If father took a huge sum of loan and he left this world, his family or his sons has to pay that loan, or whatever he has left over. First you have to pay that loan, and then you will take the other material things. Similarly, if elders took any curse and they did not compensate the oppressed one, this curse sometimes come into the generation, and genetically it goes on and on for 7 generations. So it is the forgiveness, repentance, and submission. That's the total surrender. Forgiveness to others, repentance on our own faults, and submission to the master creator. Like if I want to get heal this phone, or get it be corrected immediately to the like a new set, I have to surrender it to the company. And company have should have access to all the data, whatever the wrong or right videos or stuff is there. I have to surrender it to them with repentance that I could not take care of this set from them, and they will immediately cure it right sitting from somewhere else. And he is there always connected with us, like your demand, your own demand, that why I cannot be one-on-one with my creator. So he's always there like mom. But it is we who are ignorant. And it is we who are not forgiving even our own selves. Forgive your own self. Some of us are not even forgiving our own selves. And some of us even not forgiving Lord even. We have many blames for Lord even. No, just get united like a baby is united with the mom. And this ultimate remedy will heal you. So for all the diseases, you can try it. The only thing is clean your heart, clean your thought process, forgive all. There should be no hatred or revenge in your heart. And at the same time, repent on your own faults and admit your own faults that you also have hurt someone else. So just surrender your good deeds to him, send some blessings for him. Even if you have no good deeds till today, do some good deed and send its blessings to that man or girl who have ever manipulated or hurt or molested or whatever you did in the past. You can be cured right today. The day you got repentance and your decision that you will not do it again is enough for you. And forgive others as well. Seek mercy and be merciful. Once you are becoming merciful to the other creatures, the Lord Creator will take care of your own problems. So automatically, He will be more merciful for you because you are spreading mercy. So He will continue showering mercy to you. The Rahman He is merciful to the oppressor and the oppressed one at the same time. He kept on blessing Pharaoh even for years and years. Even Moses got angry that why, Lord, why you are not killing him or you are not taking parts from him? Why when you are with me? But Lord at the same time was merciful to the Pharaoh because he, like a mom, he was expecting repentance from him, and anytime he may be stopping his killings or whatever he was doing. So he was waiting for his tawbah. But till the last time, when the limited time came, the time limit came, which he was giving to him, or maybe whenever I think in Quran, even the people who killed that camel of Saleh, Allah said, okay, after 3 days, there will be the consequences. So still that nation has 3 days to repent, which they did. Similarly, for the Lut alayhi salam की कौम, उनके ऊपर भी जब फाइनल वार्निंग आ गई तो फिर उन्हें 3-4 दिन दिए गए. यूनस या जोना जिन्हें कहते हैं, वो छोड़ के चले गए गुस्से में, तो अल्लाह ताला ने उनकी कौम को रिवर्स कर दिया. ठीक है, क्योंकि टाइम लिमिट उनके पास थी. ठीक है, हालांकि हजरत यूनस गुस्से में कर्ज कर गए, जो कि नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने कभी नहीं किया. ये उनकी फाइनल टच है नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की. He is a living mercy, always available. His self examples are there that even after stoned, even bleeding from his whole body, he is praying for them like Jesus did. Even they hurt him in every possible way. Even the people were looking with their own eyes his great merciful attitude, as Jesus had extreme spiritual powers. Still people were not convinced. He was healing the leprosy patients by touching them, by hugging them. Even not today's doctor is ready to hug a leprosy patient. We are not ready to go near the corona patient without PPEs. And the Jesus was going to these people without any fear and without any fear of contracting the disease from them. He was not having hatred for them. He was having love for them. And it was his unconditional love. Those people were cured by his touch. But still people hanged him or tried to crucify him. So this world is so cruel. They always being ungrateful to their real loving mentors. And this is a sad part of the story. In this world, it happened repeatedly that in reward, this world cannot give you anything. It is only your creator who can reward you. So do the good deeds for only your creator. It is only he who can reward you. It is only he who acknowledges the real true spirit or your purity in your heart of your doing good deeds.
Dr.
So just
We're getting
connect with
a
this.
lot of questions. So there's
Yes.
so as far as diabetic brain, some kind of a genetic brain tumors, I believe the answer is yes. It works on everything.
Yes, the parents should do it. Many cases of neuroblastomas or sorry, everything. But if they are already got operated, the natural pathway of healing is then in problem. But still, people got the testimony of a mother who is mother of from USA, who is mother of a Down's baby syndrome. And her baby was not in her control, now maybe 20, 21 years old. So she narrated her story that one day I thought, okay, let's try this remedy. Maybe it at least give peace to me itself or energy to handle this kid. And her results are marvelous. She said this Down's baby is totally a changed guy. So same the mitochondrial diseases, which are genetic diseases. So parents should listen. Again, I will say, and mainly the mother. 75% part is mom and 25% part is papa. Although both give two cells, one cell sperm from father and ovum from mother, so it should be 50-50. Both are contributing 23 chromosomes. But mom's contribution becomes 75% because it is those 9 months when she is nurturing this seed with her own blood. It is mom's oxygen, it is mom's energy, it is mom's blood, which is now making this baby of maybe 10 pounds. And when this gentleman or gentlewoman came in this world, it is mom's, again, bones, this blood is coming, calcium and everything from mom's feed to this baby. So mom's part is 75% physically as well as spiritually, and 25% father's. And if father is sick or mother is sick, this baby is mentally or spiritually bonded to these two. You can take this example like it is two cell phone companies, it is two mobile companies, they have joined together. One company in Pakistan like Ufone or a Bharat company, the one is having 75% shares, another is having 25% of shares. So, but they have at least 25% of shares. So each one has to respect others' share. And each one has to do their own respective duties and acknowledge others' part and be respectful and be loved. So if you mix sugar and water in a glass and you just stir it for maybe 5 minutes, whole of the sugar will be mixed in the water and the water will be very tasty or sweeter. But if you mix the oil in the water, you keep on stirring it, whenever you leave it, the oil is on the surface, it is showing its own authority, and the water is also showing its own personality. This clash of surface tensions, will not produce a good solution. Oil will not mix with the water. But if you mix even milk with water or the sugar with water, there will be a good solution there. So same if mother and father are at hatred or at war with each other, babies will suffer and the impact will come on the baby in the womb of mom. And even the other thing is the babies who are sick after birth, that got sick or any accident happened, mothers, usually they are too much attached. They are now over caring for them. These kids also get repeatedly sick. After birth, after the delivery, nurse or doctor, they just cut your cord, physical cord from the baby. the physical relation, they cut and they skewer the cord of the baby. This is the physical connection. But if the baby gets a little bit sicker or any problem happened to him, the mom even in the other room and the baby in the nursery room, the mom is connected through this thought process. Her attention is always with her baby, and this over-caring attitude will get the baby growth affected, and it will not grow like the other babies as well. Like if you put a small plant under a huge, big shadowing tree, it will not grow much stronger. But if you put it away from that shadow, under the direct sunlight, and it will get its part of winds and sun and other storms, it will be a stronger tree later on. So you have to relieve it and surrender it, your kid, to the master creator. You have to trust the master creator that he can take care of your baby. It is not, you are not the owner of your kids. It is just a mana with you. You are not the master. Master is someone else. So even if mother died or father died, it is the master creator who is taking care of even orphans. And they brought up like good humans or strong humans or intelligent humans. So even in jungle, even if lioness get killed, her cubs will be stronger kids later on. So it is the mother nature we have to trust. Yes, any question, other?
We have 2 more questions and we have 20 more minutes only. So first question is still related to, parents can do it for children, but number one, what if the child is older than 12, like 30 years old? And then the other question is, what if it's someone that doesn't believe in this kind of healing? They don't want to try it. Can somebody do it as a proxy for them? And then I have one more question after this.
Number one, if the kid is now above 12, but he or she is suffering from congenital diseases, from the disease from birth, still parents should listen, and the baby now also, they let him listen as well, if he or she is agreed or in a state to listen. Okay, if they are not in their senses, then play Qasida Burda Sharif near them, or any psychologically sick patients or any patients of stroke. You have to play Qasida Burda Sharif in the voice of Qari Khushi Muhammad. Same app is available at alrahman.com. You have to play the same method 3 times a day for 7 days near that patient of stroke or psychological sickness or neurological sickness, or babies who are more than 12 but mentally sick or mentally damaged since birth. So you play these both near them who are 12 plus. But apart from parents, any such kids who are ready to listen it, they should also listen who are adults. So they listen it. I told you it is not the kids, but parents are sick. Similarly, opposite way, we all elders, we all who are now 30 or 40, our wrong deeds also affect our parents because they are still taking care of us. Even if I am a criminal, but my mom coming to court, please forgive him. My mom coming to media, no, forgive him. And people are so much against me that this man has done such ruthless thing. So my mom also have to take care of the wrath of other people as well. So our wrongdoings, once we are elders, our wrongdoings, they do affect our old people, old men and women, our parents. So the first question's answer is, yes, you apply it near those people who are 12 plus, or they can listen it. They should listen it, and parents should also listen if it is congenital disease by birth disease. If they contracted the disease after adulthood, then it is for them only, the patient. Now, the second question, if someone is not a believer for it and he's not ready to do it, so his mother or his sister or his father or anyone who loves him, it is the love which will transfer to some extent. To some extent, inshallah, it will work. It depends how much strong your love bond is with that gentleman. Like, unfortunately, this drug abuse menaces too much in our world this moment in young generation, and they are doing drugs or they are doing a very other self-harming practices and not ready to listen to parents or elders or teachers or mentors or doctors even. So anyone who loves them, he should develop a bond of love. Do not criticize them. Be friends with them first. Be friends with them. These people are usually very sensitive and sincere people. They get hurt by their near and dear ones. Parents were fighting with each other, and this broken family, they did not took care of the feelings of their kid at that time, and they left him on his own at that time. And once they finish their fight, or maybe they get united again, but by that time the damage is done to the kid or the youngster, and he or she has developed his own world, and he or she is in a dangerous company, and they develop this bad habits of maybe drug abuse or illicit sexual relations or anything. It is basically a rebellion. So those people are usually very sensitive people and very sincere people, and nobody took care of their feelings. And so they develop this habit of self-injecting or self-abuse of drugs, and just go into a state where they are not feeling the pain. But we have to love the pain. Pain is the mercy. Pain is the point from where the light enters. So be friends with pain. And it is the feeling. And make it your strength. And be positive to others. So in this second part of the question, that can anyone else do it for others? So you can pray for all, and you can do it yourself, and particularly moms can do, or sisters can do, because ladies, mostly the gender, female gender, Allah made it with more love. They are more unconditional, and they are more focused. They are usually one guy. Ladies are one guy persons, and males are usually in even they have an excuse from religion that we are already allowed 4 wives. This is with the condition. This is with a very strong, a very strict condition. And मर्द की नेचर में है शिर्क करना, मोहब्बत का शिर्क करना.
I like that. I think that will be another show. Another question is, can this help with financial issues? As you know, in the pandemic, this is one of the biggest problems.
Yes. You just surrender to your Lord. He has all the clues for you and special mercies for you. For financial reasons, even you try it totally with full belief, totally with full love. Just surrender to your Lord inside your own self. You forgive someone else. Rather you do more charity, and forgiveness is the best charity. You forgive others even who are now dead, or who are far away in the other parts of the world, or you don't know even where they are. Whosoever hurt you ever in your life, or he was the biggest adversary of your life, or he spoiled your career, or what, give a blessing or prayer to him, sitting right over there in your home. In your heart, say, Allah, I forgive him. Oh Allah, you keep on blessing him. Give him more mercies. I have no grudges for him or her. And then also think the second part, that did I ever hurt someone? Is I am also a usurper? Did I also spoil the rights of others? Is I am a culprit as well? If even now, if that person or sufferer is far away, or you don't know where he is, so you just repent and ask the Master. He is listening all the time. He is even listening to our thoughts. So even if as a doctor, if I am looking at my patient, the young lady came to me with a lump in breast, and I have to examine her, and she don't know my intentions. She's my patient, I am her doctor. But my thought process, in my thought process, I have a negative feeling of a male, not a doctor, but a male or female. I'm touching her with a wrong intention. Although Allah has put some special sensor in ladies, they immediately pick your thought process. They are more lordly, they have more energy, I admit it. So they are more near to God. They will immediately sense my thoughts even a young girl. Even if you look at her with the bad intentions from back, maybe 10 feet away, she will immediately turn. At least once she will look at you, right at you, even if you are in a people full of street full of people. So she will pinpoint you, that who is looking at her from the back. This is special in ladies. That is a separate thing. But if I am with the wrong intention, asking her, no, I have to expose, no, I have to palpate, la 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 la. She don't know my intentions, but my Lord know my intentions. He's right inside my thought process. Wherever you are, he's there. He's there. So although he is getting hurt or he is feeling pain for it, that what nonsense he's doing. Like mom is feeling pain if he is seeing his kid doing wrong things. And no mom wants his kids to be in problem. She always trained them, do this and don't do this. And similarly, it is the Lord who is sending us repeated message that be love and don't be usurpers of love, and don't be tricksters, or don't be the oppressors. So we have to be love. There should be no place of hatred or revenge or jealousy or envy or lust in our lives. Be love. And once you are bonded with love, there will be no financial or, I'm telling you, it will be miraculous. You just start living this way. It's a lifestyle. Be love and be unconditional. You may falter many times. Just at least love your own self. Love your own self by a small experiment, small homework I will give you tonight, just before sleeping. Just identify only one of your habits, wrong habits, which you yourself many a time realize that this habit of mine is not good. I will not do it again. And then it is again repeated by you many times in your life. And each time after committing that thing, you are feeling in your own self, you are shameful and you are thinking, oh, I already thought I will not do it. Again, I did it. So many times your friend mentioned it, or your colleagues or your family people mention you right in front. Childhood, your parents meant this is your wrong habit, don't do it. But we keep on doing it. The one which we own self admit that this is my not a good deed. So I will not repeat it, but we do it. So just make a bond with your own self, make a resolution with your own self tonight that I will not repeat this habit of mine, this wrong habit of mine in my life now. And now keep a strict check on your own self. I know sometimes it will happen. Don't get dejected. Start again from that day. The day you controlled it at 3 different consecutive moments, and you will not repeat it, you will reach your own self. Apart from it, the reward will be Lord. You will reach your Lord.
Beautiful.
The energy you people want through energy healing or different spiritual exercises, you will reach that ultimate energy, the love, unconditional.
That is just
so you can listen it for the financial benefits as well.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. I just want to say, I want to remind everybody, there were some questions because we have healers on this show and then they do sessions and they were trying to figure out how can I buy a session with this doctor. He's not an energy healer. He's a practicing doctor. He's an ER specialist. This is what he does for hours and hours a day. He just shares this message in service to God because he has experienced it. He received healing from it. This is the zakat of the Zuban. This is the payback.
This is a charity life. Yes.
Right. This is what he's doing for us. So he doesn't do the healing, you guys. He's given you the modality. It's written on the webpage, our webpage, on the website. It's everywhere. That's why this is so special. And I know it's confusing to you guys because you're so used to paying for stuff. This is free. And the only payment is that you spread it forward. Share this message with others so that they can also heal. It's really very simple. Even if you make a slight mistake here and there, you're connecting with God. For God's sake, he's not going to care if you open your eyes before you drank the water or did you close your eyes. Yes, there's a certain methodology, but do it with love, do it with surrender. It's God. He's going to just care about your intention. And one of the things I just want to point out here that we didn't have the time to go deeply into, but I loved it when I was hearing you talk yesterday. And guys, you can tell he's not a professional speaker, but maybe he could be because he loves to talk about his experiences. But I tell you, it is a very different experience when you hear Dr. Javed talking in Urdu, talking in his native language, Punjabi, because this is when he goes into that devotional state, you know, when he's in touch with his Sufi side, it's just so beautiful. They're pearls of wisdom, but they're also of love, they are of devotion and truth. And one of the things he said yesterday, which touched me deeply, and I want to really have you guys pay attention to this, is he was talking about false gods. That this pandemic, one of the things that's happening is that God is reminding us to come back to Him. God has taken this little tiny microscopic, even smaller than microscopic because you need an electron microscope, to bring the world down to its knees. Our arrogance, our science, our advancement, everything has come down to its knees because God is reminding us, hey, remember me? I'm still the one. And I'm still here and I still love you and I want to take care of you. So what are the false gods in our heart? That's what we have to cleanse our hearts of. And one of the false gods you mentioned was allopathic medicine, although you are a practicing doctor, and we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's still a lot of benefit, especially in emergency care medicine. However, most of us, the world had made allopathic medicine a false god. And God is not going to stand for that because the world is going through a transition now where all false illusions are going to be revealed. The truth is going to come out. So the sooner you connect with the truth yourself, knowingly, objectively, and deliberately, the better it's going to be for all of you. Dr. Saab, thank you so much. This was so wonderful. I am just so grateful because I know you took 2.5 hours out of your very busy schedule to really spread this message. Hopefully we'll be able to spend time with you again, go deeper into this talk about false gods, because I think it's very important.
Thanks a lot to all of you, and I'm always available for this particular thing. I am round the clock, 24/7, whenever my Allah allows me. And if any of my talk, although I tried very much, but if any of my talk hurt anyone's any kind of feelings, I beg a pardon. I never had such intentions. And yes, this question again, someone wrote that Dr. Saab said you can say Bhagwan or Ram. Yes, whatever you call, आप उसे जो समझेंगे वही आपके लिए रहेगा. वो एनर्जी जो मास्टर है, जो भी आपने उसका नाम रखा हुआ है, लेकिन कहना पे, you have to say it with love. You have to say it with love. God, 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 or Lord, 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 or Jesus, 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 or Bhagwan, 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 or Allah. I love to say Allah. So I felt cure from it. So if you, as an atheist, you say your own love, your own name 3 times, at least you believe your own self. So see, the main thing is love and total surrender. You have to be zero in front of that master energy. The process which she mentioned, which is very much nowadays started. So we all have to surrender. Allah Hafiz.
علم القرآن خلق الإنسان